Something real quick. Roll Fortune is not a real zoner. Contrary to popular belief, her zoning is kind of bad. What she actually does is annoy you. Like these things, and their pushback if you get hit, especially in the air, are simply annoying. She is annoying to get into. She doesn't excel at zoning, she's not Peacock. A Robo Fortune that is just hanging back and doing this is not that much of a threat. If they're actively just running away, knowing when to get to hit you when you're trying to get in, and when to just jump over you or go under you when you're trying to get in, that's when Robo Fortune zoning is scary. She, like I said, she's not the greatest zoner, but she's very annoying to play against. So I'm gonna put some common, some easy, some decent patterns Robo has for her zoning, and I'm gonna show you how all the characters have a pretty easy way to go around it. The thing is, if you get hit once, you probably start getting annoyed, and that's when you've played into Robo's game. The first pattern I'll be showing you is one where you're only getting killed by it if you're new to the game. If you do not know how to get out of this, you really need to start thinking more about how you're playing and the game, and not how you're playing against the characters. If I can explain myself. Basically, if you're losing against this and you're looking at this video for this specific scenario, you're playing your character against the other character. You're not playing Skullgirls. You don't know everything at your disposal. You're just trying to go in basic easy scenarios, and at that level, you still don't really have to worry about that. Just take it easy and just try to play a better game with the things you already have at your disposal. So okay, it's this one. So a lot of characters, what they can simply do is crouch this one. But hey, what if I have a fat character? What if my character can't do that? Well, some characters have a run where you just go in, and it doesn't matter. What if my character can't do that? Well, you can just simply double jump. And there you go, you're in. Once they see you going in, they will probably stop doing that. And then you're probably like, what if my character doesn't have a double jump? Well, you can always super jump. But what if I want to do it after I block it? Because of my character, okay. Remember to be blocking when you jump. You don't want to get hit by one of these. Look, the pushback's pretty bad. But this is basically just jump. What if I want to super jump? Just super jump. You can most characters with double jump can just double jump in the super jump. If not, you already did your super jump. It's not that hard. And what if they start using this? It's the same scenario. Actually, this one takes way longer, so super jumping and double jumping is way easier. So that's basically it. I'm not gonna really showcase what most characters can do in this scenario, because it's just jump. If your character has an air dash, you can always use the air dash to close in more distance. Like just super jump, air dash. I mean, I don't think you can actually do that. And you can just jump, air dash. I'll actually show that to be sure. Okay, here we go. You can! And there you go. You did it. You just super jump air dash if you want. With Philia you can do something more cheeky. Ah, her hurt box doesn't allow it. There you go. With Philia you have to be a little bit more creative. You basically just super jump and do that. If your character has too much of a vertical hurt box, just super jump. Philia also has some cheeky stuff with that. So yeah, basically. Usually what you want to do is either double jump or super jump. If your character has something cheeky like this or anything, you can also use that, but the safest bet is just super jump, maybe dash. They'll probably stop doing that because they feel threatened by you coming in. So what else? Oh, but what about if it's another one, right? The other ones are a bit of a problem. They're beams, I mean. You can throw 2 beams in the air. Fun fact, this wasn't true for a while for Robo Fortune, because Mike Z thought it would be too powerful. He was too scared he was gonna make this character too powerful, so made kind of a bad character, and then improved it and made an actual pretty good character. That's still kind of bad in this game. But hey, this game's really well balanced, and even the worst character is still very viable. So don't worry about that. So let's try to do a basic ground to air, because that's usually what you're gonna see people doing, ground to air beams. So let's say I start with a couple of these, and the guy jumps, it's this, jumps, it's this, jumps again. Does that? I don't know. As you see, the double jump strategy still works. Super jump, double jump. Still works charms. What if we, let's say, again with Philia? Would the super jump into air dash work? Let's try. There we go, I got hit once. But that's the thing, you don't gonna get worried if you hit once that much by Robo. Just keep calm, because Robo doesn't really do that much damage from zoning. She doesn't really do that much chip damage from the beams, and she doesn't really gain that much meter. Like, it's a game where she's forcing you to commit a lot of mistakes. That's what she does. And if you allow yourself to commit all of those mistakes is when you start losing to her zoning. Don't worry too much if you get hit once or twice, just keep being patient and you'll get it eventually. So that's basically it for the zoning. You can do that. Let's go with, let's say, all the characters can do the same thing. If they have a double jump, super jump, double jump. If you have an air dash, super jump, air dash. You may have other cheeky things like Philia's fireball thingy, like Valentine's. Let's show some. It has a double jump, you can do that. Big Band is kind of a tough matchup when you're far away. If you're far away from Robo in this matchup, you're losing. If you're close, you're winning. This matchup is basically, okay, if Big Band is not in, you're winning. If Big Band is in on your Robo, you're losing. That's how it works. That's basically how the matchup works. Big Band has a very big problem, which I'll show you right now. Who else? Eliza has both, which makes it easy to go against. Miss Fortune can low profile a lot of things, and has her freaking fiber upper, and a super jump air dash, that's fine. Peacock. With Peacock it's kinda simple, but people don't really realize it that easily. Pinwheel can just fly. Just super jump one of the beams and fly, and you cannot get hit by those beams. It's a pretty good matchup for Pinwheel, honestly. Pinwheel, good matchup. What's going on? Bella, she has a super jump, double jump. She technically has an air dash with jumping HP. You can do the reflect to basically almost get a full combo guaranteed all the time. And she has all the answers. Valentine has a pretty easy time against Robo, because aside from she has several jumps, from super jump you can jump again and then air dash, I'm pretty sure. Let's just try to make sure, and I'll show you what you're gonna do with what the problem is with Big Man and what you have to do, kinda, but it's still difficult. Like, okay, Robo still has. If I haven't talked about this beams, is that this beams kinda suck outside of combos against most of the cast, and they're very situational, except for Big Band. Robo that knows the matchup against Big Band will be doing this. And it's a problem because, hey, oh, I have my armor. Or do I? I have no armor. What do I do now? I can jump, but my hurt box is huge. What do I do? Well, okay, I have never played Big Man, and that's pretty easy. The timing is simply just do it as you see Robo start up. You can honestly wait for the beam. From up close, it's just like, just wait for the beam. It's pretty easy. If you know they're gonna do that. And when you're this close, they're probably not gonna do it because this close, that's actually a threat because of the slow startup. So just a couple of a couple of parries like this, and you're good to go. So what about, so with Pinwheel, this two don't really work that much because the beam kills them, so you just need to Shadow of Impending Doom. Even if you get hit a little bit, like just, or actually that doesn't work. You gotta get the right timing, and if they're just spamming, you won't be able to do it. What you gotta do is simply, hello. You might get punished, you gotta be careful with that, as you saw right there. But you can just simply do the, how did you do this one? You can simply just call the other one, boom, the other one first to get rid of the beam, or you can do the teleport with a bomb, which I actually don't know how it works. There we go. You can do that. You might get hit, but you get rid of the rhythm. Pretty easy. And Valentine, again, super jump, double jump, air dash. She has that privilege of having an air dash and a double jump. Honestly, if Valentine didn't have this double jump, either she only had a double jump or only had an air dash, not both, she wouldn't be as good of a character. This mobility makes her so good, and so you can just like, it's so fucking easy to get in like that with her. Let's go through the other characters. Like I said, maybe if they're simple, I'll just knock out them. Parasol has a little bit of trouble because she doesn't have that much movement, but the shield, the egret shield, where the egret comes in front of you and goes no, is very good, since Robo's beams take a while. Like I said, they're not so good at zoning. That gives you enough time to get in. Try that. With double, you can use your better Fireball or your Flash Step, you'll be good to go. Fuqua has super jump and double jump, and you can easily confirm from jumping HK from very weird angles. Beowulf has a bit of trouble. He does have a bit of trouble, because his movement is not the greatest. You can easily get clipped off his Blitz move, where he goes like he goes into a giant hitbox and just spots around. Actually, let's showcase that. But you just need to time it correctly. Like, very simple. Like this thing. That, if you time the super jump into this, you're in. Problem is that you're very unsafe, so people don't usually do that. So what you want to do is get close enough, just like do a super jump close enough, and just toss your chair and hope it clips them. If they're still throwing beams from like this distance, you can simply do your sweep without the chair. That catches a lot of people off guard, and you just will armor through the beam and you will get rid of the rhythm. And that thing does shit tons of damage, so you're gonna be good. If you're hitting Robo like this with counter hit as they're doing their things, you're gonna chip away at their health pretty fast. So that's something for Robo's zoning. But what about Robos? When you get in, Robos usually try to get out, right? That's what a good Robo would do. Thing is, it's very telegraphed, because if you're in, Robo really doesn't have that much defense. And Robo only has some options, and they're not the best options. So when you're close, let's put ourselves in the corner. What would Robo do? What would a Robo player do in this situation? In this situation, Robo has very little options. Robo could do her one reversal. Robo could do her armored move, only one hit of armor though. Or could try and fish for the anti-air, which is not really that good of an anti-air, because anything deeps just hits it and just stuffs it, and because this game is fast, it's kinda hard to react that fast. Or for the other anti-air. Still not that good. This is not fully invincible, you can still... Oh, you can still do that, it's not that good. Or, if they see you're not really covering your stuff, they might helicopter out. That's what they might do. Helicopter out. And once they helicopter out, they can throw you a beam. Oh, and I kind of forgot, but it's okay. You might say, hey, I see some people do this, what do I do? You can just simply dash in, because it literally just covers that tiny line of the screen that it's literally on the middle of the screen. Or you can double jump again. But it's way easier to just dash in. If you see a Robo go that far up, they're not covering anything. What else can they cover? They can cover in front of them, but why would you jump with them so far up? Just go forward. Okay, so problem with trying to helicopter out, like a lot of Robos would do. Like, wee is simple. I'm gonna put the slow motion so you can see that way easier. Check that hurt box. The green is the hurt box, and that's where you can get hit. It's so huge. So if you know if you read they're gonna do that, it's pretty simple. You just meet them in the air and you'll win. There you go. You will win if you meet them in the air. But you might say, hey, but that's a read, that's a hard read. What if they do their invincible move? Their one actual invincible move. That invincible move is not that good. And if they're gonna super jump or helicopter out, you can just meet them before. You can get them and on their way up. It's okay. You don't really have to worry about anything. What if they do their armored move? A lot of people have trouble with that armored move. So, if you want to cover the armored move, you either gonna do a multi-hitting normal, which Robo doesn't really have that something that fast, but she does have one. Go for the sweep, which sweeps in this game ignore armor. Or if you have an assist, call your assist. There is nothing Robo can do about a meaty. There's literally nothing Robo can do. Except for this, right? But if she does that, what if I do that as a meaty? That just doesn't hit standing opponents. You can just meet Robo here, and Robo cannot really do anything. The only thing Robo might be able to do is, let's call some of these, is something like that. Like, let's do that. Still not enough. Just the 2 jabs. What if I use the armor as fast as possible? I need to call my heads again. What if I do the armor as fast as possible? Like, I press the button and I cancel it as fast as possible into the head. Would that work? Let's try it out. No. What if I take a little bit of time? It does work, but like I said, if you're meeting is you're hitting Robo at the exact time she's able to be hit and she's able to do stuff when she gets up, she can't really do nothing about a couple of fast jabs. Like this is very hard on her. You can just grab her too. She can't do anything about that. She don't have anything in defense. You might say, what about her level 3? So you see, we covered her options, and all her options are blown up by simple jab jab. Don't really try to get cheeky with Robo if you want to win consistently against her. Just do this. And call an assist if you have your assist. Call an assist that locks her down, and she's free to get mixed up. She cannot do anything about that. Don't try to get cheeky. Just go in and do this. She can't do anything about it. What about level 3, I was saying? What about it? Ah, crap. I need to put the Yeah, explode. Let me put the to actually on both. So there we go. And there we go. I'm blocking. Does that work? Yes, she's safe. She blocked and push blocked. It's basically an option select. She can do that, but after that she can't do much. You have to be careful for when she blows up. You can just grab her or do a simple combo and throw her away fast when you know she's gonna drop it. You kinda just have to, don't be scared of it because it's not that good. So, but something a lot of people don't know, you can do something cheeky that if you're not ready for, you may get hit. Let me show you the hitboxes. If I do this and I press a button, like white means completely invincible, but as you saw, as the flash disappears, I was able to get hit again. But if I simply don't move, the white stays there for a couple more frames. And why is that important? Well, let's check this out. Yeah, it wasn't a combo, but that's fine. Like, let's say there you go. You can actually punish something. And could I put something here? You can. So really, if your opponent has meter, that really doesn't work. Let me show you why. As you saw, I actually punished that light kick in the first try. But as you saw, you still have time. The opponent still has time to do something. So if Robo decides to do this, you can win. It's a terrible gamble. Because what if she's actually blocking? Because that's safe if she's actually blocking. So what can you do? If you have a character who has low health and a good DHC, you can safely DHC. Like, I shouldn't have gotten rid of that, but that's fine. Let's try it again. Let's try that again. Well, I took a little bit too much time. It's hard to do. Now let's try it again. That was a punish. So let's see. Like, let's say you have to gamble. She's either blocking or she's trying to punish. If I have a good DHC, like doubles, if I have it's my turn to play the Xbox Super, just like, I'm gonna put her to block. And let's say she's blocking. And so if you mash super, you're gonna get punished, right? After the flash? Well, and she's dead. You can punish that. Robo has literally no answer against an opponent with meter. If you have a good Robo has a good DHC themselves, you do gotta watch out for that. Let's do double again, because double is kind of the Bardock in this game. Slap her in any team, the team is instantly better. If you're suffering from a bunch of pressure, you can the opponent can simply DHC that. That's actually invincible, full invincible that whole way. Because the move doesn't actually come out, you DHC it before it comes out while it's still invincible. So that's an actual reversal. So, against Robo, what you want to do is just super jump and go in, maybe do one of your cheeky things. She really needs to have a lot of reads like that, and if she does the helicopter thing, just move forward. She can't cover that much, she can't cover the screen Peacock can. And up close you can just jab, you just jab her away. Most characters have the fast enough jab to get rid of the armor and everything. And like if they wake up and you do your, if you hit and it's a combo. But if you didn't hit, go for your assist to keep her locked down. And you keep her there for the mix-ups. And there's really not much Robo can do in the defensive standpoint. So that's it. The Robo matchup is pretty bad for Robo against most of the cast. She has kind of a good time against Big Band if the Robo doesn't let Big Band in and doesn't get overzealous with those beams. And that's it. Robo is a good character when you synergize her with someone else. By herself, if you do this, what I'm telling you, kinda gonna have a hard time, that Robo against you. Will not be that much of an uphill battle for her because she has a lot of stuff to do, and from afar you kinda have to read what she's gonna do. When you're like at this distance, what is the Robo gonna do? Is she gonna jump out? If she just gonna stay there? Is she gonna call assist? This is where an active Robo would do her move. So at this distance, just super jump, get in. But once you're at this distance, from mid-range, you gotta watch out for what your opponent is doing. Watch out for their own patterns. Like maybe the Robo you're playing against will just helicopter away. Maybe they'll still throw beams. Maybe they'll get a little aggressive and go in with a jumping light punch or light kick. Maybe they will dash in. Maybe they will try to anti-air you. But this is from a player-to-player basis. Once you're in, the player has to read you. You don't have to read the Robo. And once you're here, you just have. And if you're all the way onto the other side of the screen, you just have to be patient and slowly just get in. Just watch out for the mid distance, because this is the distance Robos will become more active. And that's kind of it. Like also from this distance they can decide to go for the armored move. If you're gonna carelessly like air dash in like that, you're gonna get punished for it. Just at this distance, do what you usually do, but keep an eye out for what they do and respond to that. Because if you shut down this, Robo really has not much else to do. If you shut down the mid-range, where she has to take a decision, where the other player has to think of what he's gonna do next. So yeah, that's it. I love Robo Fortune, and like I said, Robo does suck. But in this game that is pretty well balanced, she's still very, very viable. Just put her in a good team. Solo is not that good of an idea. Okay. Okay, thank you everyone for watching, and that's it.